Oh, from the mouth out. Oh, from the...
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kristofer Royer!
All right. Good evening, Phoenix. How the hell are ya? All right, this is exciting. Thank you for being here. Oh, hi. I can see you guys. This is fun. I might skip around a little bit. You guys know that though, right? Because I do have attention deficit disorder, and I did not take my medicine today. So we'll see what you guys, you'll get what you get. My ADD is bad though too. Like I had to go to the doctor and get it fixed. It's probably why I actually got divorced. It didn't, because I didn't pay attention, that well. I don't always remember things, and I don't know. She said something about Saturday being our cheat day. I missed the part when we were on a diet. That was the only thing. I was like, you can't hold that against me. That's not my fault. I don't know. I got divorced, which is weird. Is anyone here? You ever get divorced? Is anyone here? Am I the only one? I'm the only one. Fine. It's weird. It's weird. You go through odd stuff. People talk to you weird. They ask you questions. The question I got the most was, how did you know when it was over? That is married people talk for, I think my shit's going sideways. What are the signs? Well, let me tell you how I knew for sure when it was over. One day I was waiting for her very impatiently at the bottom of the stairs to come the hell down. And she starts coming down the stairs, and I'm waiting, come on, let's go. And she got down about a third of the way down the stairs, and she tripped and started to fall. And she was like in mid-flight, like in the air, coming down the stairs like this. And in that second, I was like, holy shit, I'm getting out of this. I'm not even gonna have to pay alimony. I'm getting out of this without even pissing her parents off. Holy crap, I'm gonna get insurance money and pity and pussy and pity pussy. This is gonna be amazing. And then she caught herself, of course, and I was like, God damn it! What is it gonna take? That was a sign that it was probably over. I think it's probably time to get out. She was snoring one night, and she was all, and she stopped breathing, like what and then she would go, But one time she stopped breathing like a little longer. She was like, and I woke up and I was like, and she was like, I'm like, God damn it again! I never wanted to kill my ex-wife. I never did. I never had thoughts, I want to kill her or anything like that. But had she happened to die, it would have been incredibly fucking convenient. That's all I'm saying. Then I got remarried, and then some people thought I got remarried a little too quick, a couple years, I don't know. You find the right girl, so whatever, But I didn't like that one friend. People say dumb stuff after you get divorced. He goes, I don't know, dude. Got married pretty quick. I think you're addicted to being married. Right? Like addicted to being married. Which is just like one of the dumbest things I ever had anyone say to me, because I wasn't going through withdrawals. Like I wasn't freaking out ooh, I need some marriage, man. I need some marriage. I wasn't sneaking down to Van Buren at 1 a.m. trying to score black market marriage. Ooh, who's got some marriage? You, here's $5. Just let me apologize for some shit I didn't do. Oh, that's good marriage. I like that. That's so that's good. Here's 20. Let's go to Pottery Barn. Oh, yeah. Yeah, in the middle of the Cardinals game. Tell me how much you hate my friends. Oh, God. Finally just broke down and gave a girl $50. I'm like, here's $50 to come home and sleep with me. No sex. You just want to put on these sweatpants and this oversized t-shirt and just turn and face the wall like you fucking hate me. Oh, yes. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I'll lay here and pray for cancer. That's the good marriage. It was weird when after the divorce, 2 months later, I got diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. And she always complained that I never paid attention to her. And I'm sitting there like, that bitch was right. You know? It was weird. I was in that doctor's office, and he tried to explain it to me. And he goes, when you have attention deficit disorder, it's like having a race car brain with bicycle brakes. I'm like, all right. And then he put on, because I have a hard time focusing and paying attention and remembering, so he put me on this medicine called Adderall. You guys familiar? All right, it's fun. For those of you who aren't familiar, Adderall is an amphetamine that would speed you up, but it kind of slows me down and helps me so that I can focus and pay attention and remember things like my jokes or whatever. And so I got home, and it was Saturday, and I was like, shit, how much did he say to take? Right? But I wasn't paying attention when he told me because I hadn't had the medicine yet. So I'm trying to what did he say? And all I could remember was I was pretty sure he said, don't be a pussy about it. So I was like, okay. I don't know. So I just took a bunch, on a Saturday night. First of all, it's an amphetamine. You might not want to take it at 10 o'clock at night. But I didn't know that the first weekend. I was trying to get used to it. So at 10 o'clock at night, I took all this Adderall and got very focused, and at midnight I was mowing my lawn. With a ruler and a pair of children's safety scissors. And I got them all just right. It was very satisfying. At 2 in the morning, I vacuumed my ceiling. And at 3 in the morning, had all the lights on in my entire house, wearing nothing but a pair of white sneakers, and I was alphabetizing my socks by smell. I was like, oh my God, I was so dialed in. I'm like, he cured my ADD, but I think he gave me autism. Now I'm on the spectrum. This is great. And then the very next night, I'm trying to get used to this, right? I go out, I do a comedy show, I'm driving home, and there was a person behind me, and I saw these flashing lights, and they got pulled over. And I was like, whew, thought it was going to be me for a second. Then another person got pulled over, and it wasn't me. So I'm like, I'm bulletproof, I'm good. So I dropped my phone, and I swerved the car a little, and then I see these lights come on behind me, and I'm like, it's probably not for me. It's probably for a minority. So I just pulled over. So I was like, just go get him. Fight the good fight. Tax dollars at work. So I pulled over, and then he pulled up behind me. And I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, tinted windows. That is my fault. That's on me. That's on me. And he pulled me over. Like I said, I swerved a little. So I'm 0.24 drunk probably at this point. That's not really why I swerved, but it's an important part of the story. Because there's no way I'm walking a straight line. So I just started to panic. I'm like, I'm going to jail again. This isn't going to be fun. I'm going to lose my job. This is going to suck. What should I do? And then the alcohol's all in my brain sloshing around. And the cops come over to my window. And the alcohol's like, we could probably outrun a taser. I've seen it done before. And I was like, okay, you got me into this alcohol. You can get me out of it. And then the Adderall just kind of took over. And he was like, sir, have you been drinking? And I was like, well, yes, officer, I have been drinking. I had some Pacificos up at the Salty Senorita. I think they're about 5.2% alcohol by volume. I also had a chicken burrito with sour cream. I don't think they're really known for their food. I think they're really known more for their atmosphere. And he's like, get the fuck out of the car. I'm like, alrighty. All right, I get you. I'm like, oh, please don't make me walk a straight line. And I get out of the car, and he pulls out this little list. And apparently what this list is a list of things that might make you not have to walk a straight line. And he goes, well, okay, sir, are you on any new medication? I was like, boy, am I. And he's like, do you have low blood sugar? I'm like, I definitely do right now. And you know what? Just to save some time, I got lupus, I got bad credit, I got geriatric pregnancy, I got whatever else is on that list that makes you not have to walk a straight line. I'm lactose intolerant. What is on the list? And he's like, okay, all right. I'm just going to have you focus on my pen. If you can focus on my pen, you can go home. And he holds up this pen in front of me. He's like, can you focus on my pen? And I was like, oh, I just felt the Adderall surging into my brain. I'm like, I can't not focus on your pen. Oh my God. That pen is my only reason for living right now. He's like, all right, sir, you can go home. And I'm like, how do you want me to get there, though? Are you going to get in your car and hold the pen out the window and then drive to my house? Because I'll follow you for sure. So I went to jail that night. So, I know. Well, I didn't get arrested. He just threw the pen in the back seat of his car, and I just dove in after it. I was like, oh my. Having ADD is weird. Growing up, I just thought it was normal. I thought it was part of my fucking genius. I don't know. However you grow up is pretty normal to you, I guess. Like everybody in this room, really. However you grew up, wherever you grow up, whatever kind of family you had, that was normal to you. Everybody's normal. I was normal, I thought. I didn't know. Because I grew up poor. Did anyone else grow up poor? Am I the only one? Oh, thank God. And like poor. Like my parents couldn't always afford garbage bags, so we would just burn our garbage kind of poor. Like I'm fairly certain I still have school clothes on layaway, and I'm 41. Yeah, we're the other 1%, I guess. And so for those of you who did grow up poor, do you remember when you found out? Because that's the shittiest part, because it was normal to me. I didn't know until I was 12 years old in social studies class. That's when I found out. They told us to put our last name up on the board underneath our ethnicity. French, Polish, blah, blah, blah. I put Royer under Italian, because I knew we were Italian. I tanned well, had this dark hair. I knew we were Italian. I got home, my mom said, what'd you do in school today? And I told her about our Italian heritage. She's like, why the fuck do you think we're Italian? I'm like, because we eat spaghetti like 4 times a week. She's like, because we're poor, you moron. I'm like, oh, are you sure? Are you sure we don't have roots in Italy? She's like, we have roots in poverty. We are hillbillies. I'm like, oh my God, that sounds terrible. I was like, Italian seems to make more sense. You know, you and Dad are always fighting. She's like, he's an alcoholic. I'm like, holy shit, this day gets worse and worse. I woke up that morning. I was a cute, cliched, ethnic stereotype. I went to bed poor white trash. It was a shitty day. It sucks when you find out. But money was tight, especially with my dad and his work and stuff. He wasn't a police officer, he was the other thing. What's the other one? Criminal. He was a fucking criminal. Not a particularly good one. And so money was tight. And that was weird because that seemed normal to me. I didn't know. I thought everybody's dad acted like my dad. Maybe when you were kids, you went camping. I didn't know. I went camping once, I thought. Turns out, this is the way my camping went. I don't know how yours went, so this is normal to me. This is the one time I went camping. Your dad screeches into the driveway at 3 a.m, jumps out of the car, leaves the engine running and the doors open, runs into the house and goes, boy, wake up! Get my tent! You, get my sleeping bag! You, load my gun! I'm gonna go get some whiskey and some ice and get a cooler. We gotta get the hell out of here. We gotta go now. We gotta get out of here. And I'm like, Papa? A sleeping bag and a tent? Are we going camping? Yeah, let's just hurry up. We're going camping. We're happy campers. Let's go. We're all happy campers. I'm like, and my brothers? Papa, they can go too? Yeah, get them in the car. We're all happy campers. Let's get the fuck out of here. We gotta go now. I'm like, all right. And I was like, when do we come back? Well, we just gotta lay low till the heat dies down. 6 o'clock on Sunday is like an answer for when are we coming back from camping. Not, we're gonna lay low till the heat dies down. If you're the type of person that needs to lay low until the heat dies down, you shouldn't be in charge of children. Not at all. Not for a weekend, not ever. That's how that works. So I didn't know. I thought camping was avoiding all police and main roads for 3 days while you sit in a secluded spot next to a lake in a tent watching your dad get whiskey drunk and sunburn. And then we drove home 3 days later. This was before cell phones or email. My mom had no idea where her 3 boys were. We get home. My brother is 14. He's driving because he's the oldest. My dad's too sunburned and drunk. We get home. She's in the driveway freaking out. And she runs over to the passenger side and she whips open the door and he poured into the driveway. Like actually like liquid. He poured head down, feet up in the car. Who's a happy camper? We're all happy campers. And that's camping. Seemed normal to me. Till about 2 years ago when my buddy Josh called me up and he's like, hey bro, you want to go camping this weekend? And I just ran over to his house. I stopped at the bank. I got $1,000 cash and my passport. I stopped at Circle K, got some whiskey. I'm like, I don't even care what you did, man. I'm down to ride. All right, let's go. My dad was an interesting cat, man. He was, what's the word for it? Domestically violent, shall we say. You have to use the proper terminology when you're talking about those things nowadays. I like to also say domestically violent because I like to be very specific about that. I don't want anyone in this room thinking that he was using some kind of fancy imported violence, okay? No, it was good old American-made, powered by Miller High Life and fists, just regular old punching violence. He never approached my mother and like took off a pair of white gloves and like challenged her to a duel or anything like that, okay? Goddamn American domestic violence. Don't you worry about that part. It messes with you though, because you grow up like that, you think that's normal. I was on the playground when I was 6 years old. My neighbor, Jimmy Porterfield, looked at me and he said, a pretty normal 6-year-old thing, he said, I bet my dad could beat up your dad. But my brain was a little warped at that point. I go, I've never even seen your dad beat up your mom. That guy's a pussy. What the fuck are you talking about? Fuck that guy. Loser. Warps your brain. Normal to me, though. I didn't know. Somebody told me you can't joke about that on stage. I said, oh, you can't joke about that. It's not right. I said, well, first of all, I'll process my pain how I want to process my pain. And second of all, domestic violence can be kind of funny because you were never there on a Saturday night one time when he came home fairly liquored up and swung at me. Don't worry, he missed by a mile. And corkscrewed himself around in a circle. Feet went up in the air, went horizontal, came crashing down to the floor. On his way down, tried to grab the counter to brace himself, and he pulled like a plate of food down on him, and then he landed on the floor like this, and he knocked his head on the floor, knocked himself out cold, and a meatball landed in his goddamn ear, right? And I'm just sitting there staring at it, and I'm just like, I don't know much about golf. Oh, but I want to tee off right now, and I'm not going to replace my divot. He woke up the next day. I'm sitting there eating breakfast at the table. He's all on the floor, passed out, covered in. He looks at me, he goes, why the hell am I covered in spaghetti? I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe you're Italian. I have no idea. Oh, man. I still retain some of it, though. I'm still white trash, which I like. I'm not poor white trash anymore. I'm middle-class white trash, which is different. I still eat a lot of food out of gas stations. I just pay for it with a platinum card. Like, it's a little... It's a little different. And I still like to do white trash things. That's like, I don't know, it's just boring. It's just in me. I'm proud of it. I'm okay with it. My favorite, probably like my second favorite white trash thing to do is I like to get really cheap when I fly. And so like a lot of times, if ever I can, I fly on Spirit Airlines, which is like the super trashiest airline flight. Have you been on Spirit Airlines? Right? Tell them, it's awesome. I went to Denver for $19. Spirit Airlines is amazing. Oh, they might be only one flight. You know, the plane's got a Bernie Sanders bumper sticker on it or whatever. I mean, but it's, you know, they're nice enough, and then they charge for everything else. So you get your ticket for $19, but then they want money for everything else. I mean, you take your luggage on and you put it in a little bin over top of your area. 35 more bucks. But I figured that out the second time. I got out of line. I put my hat on the luggage, and I just bought it a ticket for $19 to sit next to me. Just pretended it was my kid. Come on, Junior. Kids nowadays. Come on, let's go. I'll save $16. I'm no dummy. They're nice enough, you know. It's like a great big Greyhound bus in the sky, you know. It's the Ellis Island of airplanes. Just you're tired, you're poor, you're huddled masses, yearning to not spend more than $20 to get across the country. And everything on it is kind of broke. Like they charge you for a water, they charge you for a Coke. I never even used the bathroom because I wasn't sure if they charged for that. What if they charge by the pound? I had Chipotle for lunch, and that's not how I want to overdraft myself. That's embarrassing. I don't want to do it. They charge for even the in-flight announcements were just some broke ass shit. They were just like, Mr. Captain Mel speaking. This is not going to be a non-stop flight to Denver. I got to swing by my cousin Ricky's house first. He owes me $50 for gas money. We're going to need that if we're going to get all the way to Denver. In the event of a sudden change in cabin pressure, you just slide your debit card in that slot above you, and an oxygen mask might deploy. Obese passengers can be used as a flotation device. They even had a wine list. They had a wine list on Spirit Airlines. That's right. An airline that you pretty much have to fly exclusively at 3 in the morning out of a gate that United has no idea they're using. Hey, I'm here to get on a flight. Let's go. Are we allowed to be here? Yeah, you were allowed to be. Just get on the fucking plane. Come on, man. They had a wine list. Boone's Farm was on the goddamn wine list. Hell yeah. 3 swigs for $5. Pass it to the person behind you. It was wonderful. Unless you're in row 8 or higher, then it gets pretty disgusting. Even when we were leaving, it was like really weird. Like they're all like saying goodbye. They're like, bye. And the one pilot had his hat like upside down. Like, pretty smooth flight, don't you think? Pretty safe landing. I'm like, oh my God, are we supposed to tip? What the hell is 15% of $19? I've had so much Boone's Farm and I can't do math anymore. Oh my God. I love it though. I still do it. I don't care. It's so trashy. My little brother flew into town on Spirit Airlines today. He's here. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's right. He's my boy. We have fun together, me and my little brother. We do dumb shit. One of our favorite pastimes is to repurpose words. I know, it's boring. That's what we do. We've been doing it since we were kids. We just take a word and then we just repurpose it. Not like, it's just like some words just got shitty definitions and they're cool words and you can make them like something better. You know what I mean? Well, you get it. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. Like, we repurpose the word jugular because this is your jugular and that is boring. But you are pretty jugular and that is awesome. You see what I mean? Like, sweet. You can use that. We've repurposed it. We've given it a better meaning. That's why I married my wife. So there's nothing wrong with being jugular. We do that sometimes. I don't know. I like the word horrific. That's a terrible word. Horrific? That means something bad. Why can't it mean a terrific whore? How was she? Oh, she was horrific. Trust me. For $200, she better be. Even in banking, transaction, boring word, transaction. But let's say you're back down on Van Buren. looking for somebody horrific, possibly jugular, but all the ladies are taken and you gotta like go for Caitlyn? You get yourself some sweet transaction, my friend, that's what I'm talking about. It's all right, it's 2016, you can do it. My favorite white trash thing to do, and I still do, is when the Powerball gets up really high into the hundreds of millions, I still like to buy a Powerball ticket once in a while. Do you guys ever do that? Am I the only one? Yeah, thank you. You know why? Do you know why I buy a Powerball ticket? I'll tell you my system. I buy one on a Monday on my way to work because I like to daydream. I got an hour commute to work, hour commute back. They don't draw that winning number until I get home on Wednesday night from work. That's 6 hours of daydreaming for $2. $2, what a great value. I can daydream back and forth about the better life that I can have. It is an amazing, and it's not the big things, right? You're not sitting there dreaming about oh, I'm gonna get a mansion. I'll keep my same house. I'll put a urinal in every bathroom, you know? Nothing fancy, just one made out of platinum that flushes champagne. But anyway, and that's all I want, like just that, and I wanna own people, just slaves, that's it, and that's all I want. Like nothing really, and not black people, I'm not racist. I'm gonna get me some ginger slaves. I'm gonna get me some red-headed, pale, freckly fucking slaves. I don't care. They've had it too good for too goddamn long. People, oh, you can't do that. They'll get sunburns. I got inside work, motherfuckers. I'm not worried about it. Them be my house gingers. I don't give a shit. And then I drive to work and I dream. And I wake up Tuesday. And it turns out, though, it's pretty simple. I don't want a lot out of life. But there is somebody who doesn't want me to dream. Doesn't want you to dream. Doesn't want you to dream. Oh, yeah, you ever seen him? He comes on Channel 3 News in the morning while you're getting ready when the Powerball gets up too high. His name is Math Dick. Now, Math Dick, he's the guy that likes to come on when you start feeling too good about yourself and likes to tell you why, statistically speaking, you have no chance in hell of winning the Powerball. I'm getting ready for work. He comes on and goes, statistically speaking, you have better odds of being struck by a meteorite than winning the Powerball. So now I'm driving to work, and in my mind, I'm dodging meteorites, because that's statistically more likely, and I can do math. And that's bullshit. And then it ruined my whole day, and it scrapped 2 whole days a day. It ruined my day so bad that on the way home, that's all I could think about, that I got home and I Googled it. How many people have won the Powerball? Is this really more like... Since its inception in the year 2000, 164 times the jackpot has been hit. 164 times in about 16 years. Okay. So needless to say, I looked up how many people in America have been struck by a meteorite in the last 16 years, and the last history of like recorded print media. Also in the history of fucking cave drawings and shit. I mean, ever! Ever! How many people in America have been struck by a meteorite? You guys want to take a guess? One person has been struck by a meteorite. 1954, Alabama. It clipped a bitch in the leg. Didn't even have decency to kill her, okay? What kind of janky-ass math is that? You're gonna come on ruin my goddamn daydream because something that happened once ever is more likely than something that happened 164 times in the last 16 goddamn years? What kind of math is that? Common Core? Is that why people hate Common Core? Is that what that is? Because that's bogus. That's some bullshit math. He came on Wednesday morning and goes, statistically speaking, I'm not making this up, you have better odds of being struck by lightning while in a tornado that's in the middle of a hurricane. Fuck you, Math Dick. I'm not even looking that up. That has never happened, ever. No. Statistically speaking, that guy can lick my sack. Oh, I can show my work on that. Oh. I was telling my friend about all that, and he looks at me and he goes, dude, if I win that Powerball, you know, I'm going to give away half. I said, word, me too. I'm totally getting divorced. Like, I know what you're saying. For sure. I don't have to split bills with your ass anymore. I'm kidding. I'm not getting divorced again, for God's sakes. Not again. I already gave away half of my shit. I already gave away half the good stuff. What does she want? Like my other lightsaber? I'm not getting divorced again. But anyway, but I found the right girl this time. And a lot of times, people are like, how do you know you found that girl? Well, you marry the first time for love, and the second time for hot piece of ass. That's right. And so that's what I did. I don't care what y'all say. I love her, don't get me wrong, but it ain't about what's in her brain. It ain't about what's in her heart. It's about what's in her underpants. And that's where she had me, and I was like, oh, okay, I could do that. I could split bills with you for the rest of my life. I could do this. And you guys don't know, it's exquisite, though. The first time I was ever down there, it was like a velvet rope. It was like a Scottsdale club. There was this big black bouncer, wouldn't even let me in. He said I wasn't dressed nice enough. He's like, no, you're not getting in. I'm like, but 3 of my friends are already in there, man. This is bullshit. I do. I love her. She is sexy. For the record, I do not pay attention to my new wife either, but I have a doctor's note now, so it's totally cool. I'm getting used to things, We're sort of still newlyweds. You gotta get used to a new person. That's the whole thing, You just gotta get used to their stuff. And that's, some of it's a little hard, some of it's a little easier. Like, some stuff's easy. Like, I had a change jar next to my front door. Like, when I came in, I had a little stand to set my change in there after the end of the day. Her change jar is on a nightstand next to her bed in her bedroom. But I did not know that. So the first time I was ever in her bedroom, I thought it was a tip jar. And I was like, what the hell does she get tipped for in here? Like, is she a barista? I'm looking for an espresso machine or something. I was like, oh, well. I wasn't even that bummed out that she was necessarily getting paid for sex. I was just bummed out that it was all coins. I'm like, ugh, no, she's going to be awful at this. This is going to suck. She's going to suck. And then I was like, well, maybe if she did suck, maybe she'd get folding money. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Some stuff's fun to get used to. Like, you get new nicknames for each other, when you're married and living together. Like, I don't know, who's married? Do you guys have, like, cute nicknames for each other? Do you have cute nicknames for your husband? No? You just call him by his last name? That's really romantic. Smith, get in here and service me now! Adorable. Hey, you. Yo. Got some shit that needs to be taken care of. Well, I'm a little more romantic than that. I call her Honey because she is so sweet to me. And she calls me Pooh Bear because when I'm at home, I just like to wear like a red t-shirt and no pants or underwear at all. So that's like kind of my Pooh Bear look. Yeah, gotta get used to all kinds of things. Gotta get used to arguing with a new person, which is always tough. Because like with my ex-wife, when we would argue, we kind of gotten past it. We were kind of sick of each other on autopilot, so we would just do we didn't even fight anymore. We just do passive-aggressive shit around the house that the other one didn't like. That was just kind of the extent of the effort we were willing to put into it, She's pissed off at me. I didn't know. I'd wake up, go to use the bathroom. There's one square of toilet paper left on the roll, and she didn't replace it. It's kind of ignorant, right? So I'm like, she's pissed off at me again. God damn it. I gotta go talk to her. Or just do something equally childish that she doesn't like. And that's how we did it. So I was like, well, what doesn't she like? So I went and peed in the shower. So, I know. Oh, it's way more childish when you realize I was not taking a shower at the time. So, yeah, I know. She was taking a shower. So, I'm kidding, she was taking a bath. So, But my sweetie now, no, it's nothing passive aggressive about it. Her fighting style is a little different. It's kind of like, the best way to describe it is sort of like a 12-round heavyweight boxing match where I get knocked the fuck out in the first 10 seconds, and then somebody props me up in the corner and just puts me there and goes, oh no, motherfucker, this is going 12 rounds. Oh, this is it. And then she just wails on me for 3 minutes at a time with 1 minute breaks in between. And I spit blood. It's fun stuff. I don't know. I'm getting used to all kinds of stuff. Trying to get you. Oh, you know what the one thing is hard to get used to? I'm sorry, ladies. Her television shows. I like being single. I didn't have to watch any of that stuff. I don't like her shows. I'm not gonna lie. They're awful. They're devoid of all intelligence. She's smart. The shows she watches are not. And I know when her shows are on, even if it's just the commercials, because it's all just commercials for kitty litter and antidepressants. I'm like, oh, they know their crazy cat lady demographic pretty well. They know exactly who to target with this marketing. I walk in, I see that, I'm like, oh, someone's watching Investigation Discovery Channel again. Holy shit. Oh, you've watched Investigation Discovery? Have you seen it? Whoa, that's wonderful. For those of you who don't know, this is a channel that gives you 30-minute programming, 24 hours a day, of murder. Just murder, just Lester Holt narrating murder 24 hours a day. She goes, it's background noise. You're a sociopath. That is not normal. Baseball is background noise. Holy shit. And it has a decidedly anti-man slant to it if you've never seen it. The whole purpose of this Investigation Discovery Channel is to convince women that that guy at the other end of their couch is putting arsenic in their ice cream. That is the whole point of the whole channel. Oh, I watched it with her one night for 4 hours. The names of the shows were like, Dangerous Husbands, Men Who Kill, Hombres Peligrosos, Cuidado. She's bilingual. I watched that with her for 4 hours, and they didn't have one show on called, maybe that nagging old bitch had it coming. You know, statistically speaking, I would think that show would exist. I don't know. Got to get used to stuff like that. Got to get used to this one too. Get done watching the shows. We go up to bed at the same time. We get into bed at the same time. We turn out the lights at the same time. And she goes, we forgot to check the doors to see if they're locked. You got to go downstairs. We forgot. You got to go. That's how that equation works. But of course, we just watch all these murdery shows, you know. So like my first thought, you know, well, my first thought was this fucking bitch. But my second thought, was, oh my God, what if somebody murders my wife, you know? So I ran downstairs as fast as I could and checked the locks because, I mean, the thought of somebody murdering my wife, it just sickens me because nobody is taking that away from me. That is for me. That is mine. I'm not saying I'm going to kill my wife. I just got dibs on that shit. That is mine. Gonna walk in off the street and kill my wife when I've been here paying my dues, putting in work. I gotta break up Facebook fights, and she tries out makeup and shit on me. Come on now, she has 12 cats. I'm not saying I'm gonna kill her, but if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be me. And then I thought to myself, what if it was worse? What if somebody broke in and just seriously injured her, and then I never heard the fucking end of it for 30 years? Just 30 years of, you shouldn't have checked the locks. I know I should have checked the locks. Shut up, eat your ice cream. God damn it. I probably shouldn't joke about killing her. First of all, the one thing I learned from those shows is it's always the husband. And then, and also just because of this recent weird thing, we were on this vacation in Peru for 11 days. And we were in the Amazon jungle, and it was hot, and it was sweaty, and we were pretty tired of each other and of being there. And about 10 days in, she looked at me and she goes, I think I'm losing weight. Put your hands around my waist. So I was like, oh, I put my hands around her waist. I'm like, yeah, I think you're losing weight. And now, just because of the situation at hand, jokingly, I like put my hands around her throat a little, like, ah. All right, it's a little joke, you know. But what she doesn't know is like, I got like engorged. Like I got a little chub, and I was like, oh, that felt way too good. I need to never do that again. Like, ugh. That shouldn't have felt quite that good. When we got back to the States, like I told my therapist, like seriously, like I'm like fantasizing about choking my wife. And he was like, like 50 shades of gray. Like, no, like 4 shades of purple. I want to kill that bitch. You gotta get used to someone bossing you around a little bit too. And I mean, you do have to get used to it. Like, there is no choice, because she got me on this one. She's bossing me around, telling me what to do. I said, You're not in charge of me, and you're not allowed to tell me what to do. And she said, oh, okay. She's very sweet. She's very small. She comes with me. She goes, can I see your wedding ring real quick? I said, sure. Held up my hand. And then she held out her wedding ring, and she goes, one of these looks like a crown, and one of these looks like a collar. So, yeah. And I was like, yeah, well, I'll just go do that stuff then. I'm like, well, I'd have nothing for that. If y'all have a better solution for that one, tell me after the show, because I don't have one yet. Damn it. So she bossed me around a little bit, changes my grocery shopping up a little bit being married now, because she's an animal lover. Like, you're like, we all love animals. She loves them just a little more than you do, folks. I'm sorry. And just a little more than me. I love animals too, but she takes it to a different level. To the point where it messes up my grocery shopping. I'm in the store, and she goes, and I'm shopping, I'm doing my thing, and she calls me up. She's like, hey, did you get the eggs? I said, yeah, baby. Just like you like them, just like you told me, cage-free chicken eggs. If you've been married long enough, you can hear arms folding on the other side of the phone. Cage-free is just a technicality. They're not in a cage per se because there's no bars on it, but it's just a really cramped working space, and then it's like a box, and then chickens have really bad working conditions, and it's really terrible, and you got to get free range. All right, $6 a dozen later, I'll get you some free range chicken eggs because I love you, boo, so I get them because I'm a good husband. I love her. I want to get her the things that she wants. And then she calls me back. She's like, did you get the right eggs? Yeah, free range just like you said. Are they organically fed? I don't know where they shop. I have no idea. I'm in a liquor aisle at this point. I just started making things up. I'm holding up vodka. I'm like, yeah, it says right here in the box, organically fed. No, it says right here. It's that they shop at Whole Foods and Sprouts in a pinch. That's what it says. Why would I make that up? That's totally what it says. Working conditions, let me check. Working conditions are great. Yeah, 40 a week, 2 15s and a 30 every day. 2 weeks of vacation. I think they're in a union. Yeah, sweetie. Yeah, I think they're going well. No, 2 weeks. She takes the kids to the Chicken Holocaust Museum every year. The ones that hatched, she definitely does. I don't know, sweetie. I think it's just a KFC. I don't know, but she takes them every year. She's very concerned about the working conditions of the chickens. Yeah, mind you, the entire time we're having this conversation, she, on her end, is on a brand new iPhone 6. The irony, of course, being the kid who made that phone is definitely not free range, and quite possibly not even cage free. But the chickens are fine. The chickens are doing great. Don't even worry about the chickens. Some kid's shackled to an assembly line 23 hours a day, but we're good. Chickens are fine. Then I gotta go to get the chicken breasts, $12.99 a pound. These fucking free range, organically fed, vegan, hippie, daydreaming, playing hacky sack under a tree with their little hippie chicken friends. Saggy, wimpy little chicken breast. Does everyone here know at least like one organic vegan person? Does anyone here know one of those people whose breasts you want to see? Me either. That's right, because they're just nasty and malnourished. I don't want those ones. I want the $2.99 a pound, Foster Farms, Purdue, jacked up on steroids, huge chicken breasts. She goes, we don't get those ones anymore. We don't. We're together. We're a we now. We don't get those ones. Those are full of science. And the ones we get are full of nature. I said, sweetie, do you like cockroaches? And she said, no, I do not like cockroaches. You know I hate cockroaches. I said, well, nature gives you cockroaches. But science gives you raid. Do you see? Science is doing great things. I love science. Put more science in me. That's what I say. Who looks great? Who's in great shape? Those mixed martial arts guys, those UFC fighters guys, they're in great shape. What is the name of their energy drink? Science with an X. That's for extra fucking science. Holy shit. I want more of that stuff. Pour some more science in me. She goes, we can't get those chickens. They're not even cage free. I said, I don't even care. I hope they're in a little cage. You know what a cage is for a chicken? That's like a little chicken prison. And you know what chickens do in prison? They just work out and just get buff and just get giant chicken breasts up to here. And little chicken prison tattoos that say Cluck Life across their belly. Gangsta poultry, that's what I like. Some of you think I'm anti-chicken. I'm not anti-chicken. I just want to say that millions of years ago, every living thing crawled up out of the same ooze and had the same opportunities for evolution. We chose to evolve into people. They chose to evolve into delicious. And that is not my fault. Ah, the chickens. Don't worry. I won't be passing these genes on. We're not going to have kids, so you guys... We won't be bringing offspring into this, so we're good. Some people are like, oh, you're 41, it's not too late. I'm like, snip, snip, it's too late. We're good. She's an animal person. She likes to tell her friends that I came fixed with all my shots. And so, he was a rescue. But we're not. I get to do a little parenting here and there. The other day I had to, God Lord. So I had to do some parenting, right? So her sister calls us up and she says, hey, I need Kristofer to come talk to Jack. Now Jack's my 14-year-old nephew, great kid. I need him to tell Jack about what's going on in between the subdivisions after school. I know, what goes on in between the subdivisions in Gilbert after school? Well, it turns out 2 girls from Jack's class at school are out there after school giving blowjob contests. That's what they're having, blowjob contests. They told the parents that it's happening. They told you got to tell these kids. So my job, get this, is to go over there and tell him that it's happening and that he should not want to participate at all. I'm like, God damn it. First of all, as you probably know, for the reference of this story, that Jack, although 14, is an American citizen and has the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, I don't know about you, but I think if I was a 14-year-old boy, nothing would really make me happier than a no-strings-attached competitive blowjob. So if I tell him not to do it, am I violating his civil rights? I think so. I don't need the ACLU on my ass for this. So I got to go over there and I got to try and sell this, right? I'm just like, don't worry. Hey, Jack, a blowjob is a very special thing. Shared between 2 people who are totally going to remember each other's names tomorrow. Now, no, I can't say that. So I'm like, oh, what am I going to say? I'm like, going to look at him in the eye and go, Jack, you don't want to go do that. You just want to wait till you're married, and then you can get all the blow... Fuck that, I just pulled him aside. I'm like, Jack, you go out there and you get all the blowjobs you can. You collect them like goddamn Pokemon cards, Jack. Write about them, blog about them, take pictures of it. Each one could be your last. And go do some recon for your Uncle Kristofer, for God's sakes. Oh, I'm not interested in the little girls. I just want to know how the goddamn contest is being judged. Anyone else interested? I want to know. How do you win? Is it 2 girls and 2 guys and they're racing to the finish? But one guy's like a premature ejaculator, which is essentially bringing in a ringer, you know? Or is it like 1 guy and 2 girls and it's like being at the optometrist? It's like number 1 or number 2? Better now or now? Oh my. So no kids, but we're getting by. And I think it's getting better too because we're learning how to communicate with one another. And I think that's the absolute key. If there's one thing, that's it. And at first it was rough. We didn't really speak the same language, you know. But now I kind of got it. It all hit me one day too. I was watching TV at home. Something weird on. It was an auction, right? I'm watching this auction. And if you've never seen an auction, it's one person talking a lot, really fast, and no one else talks at all. But if anyone makes even the most minute indication that they're listening, well, and that person talking fast just keeps talking real fast for a long time. I'm like, this seems really familiar. I know this communication style. And then she came home from work. And some of you think, well, that's awfully mean of you. But then, again, you've never been there at 5:30 when she gets home for, hey, do you want to hear what I did at work today? Who wants to hear what I did at work today? You want to hear what I did at work today? About 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes of what I did at work? You want to hear what I did at work? Okay, great. I'm going to tell you what I did at work today. Here's what I did at work today. Goddamn, Stacy showed up late again and left early. That goddamn bitch doesn't do any of the goddamn work, and I have to do everything. I can't stand it. I got to do all the work by myself, and I got all frustrated, and I just went on YouTube and started watching kitten videos. I watched one video, two video, kitten video. Wait. Okay, great. I'll tell you about the kitten video. So I'm watching the kitten video, like tickle, tickle, meow, tickle, tickle, meow, tickle, tickle, meow, and it's like a big kitty in a little box, big kitty in a little box. Like, you're too fat for that little box, kitty. What are you doing? Then I started unfriending bitches on Facebook. I don't care. You can't talk that kind of shit on my wall. I'll unfriend you in a second. I don't care if you are my grandma. It looks like you're not even paying attention to me when I'm talking. It looks like you're going once. It looks like you're going twice. You know what? If you don't want to listen to me, I'll just shut up and stop talking and go upstairs. Sold. All right. My name's Kristofer. Thanks for paying attention.
The glow in the dark toilet?
Have you seen it?
No, but I need to invest. Because you know I got women coming over, falling down and shit. Then I gotta drive them to the hospital.
No, it makes it easier so you can pee and get it in the hole.
Just sit down.
Yeah, just take a swab.
I haven't. When I became single and I got my own place and I had to start cleaning the bathroom, that was literally the day I started sitting down to pee. Well, like the first time I ever went in to clean my bathroom, I'm like,
How when you pee?
constantly. I mean, not in public, but at my house,
Yeah.
I have to clean that toilet every other week. Now, every other week I have a cleaning lady, so those weeks I can stand. But on the weeks where I have to clean, fuck that, man. I'm sitting.
Sit down and go.
Take a squat, watch some Netflix. I bring my iPad everywhere to do dishes.
Not to mention, I'm 41, my prostate's enlarged. It takes me 5 minutes to take a piss now.
It does?
Oh, I shit like my dad. and I have to piss it.
Is that how you get older? Like you have to
Yeah, my prostate gets bigger.
You know why you're... I'll tell you later.
Well, the doctor told me, you gotta clean your pipes out a little more. I'm like, oh, if that's all it takes.
Drink a lot more water? Or is he saying
No,
more
just more jizzing of any kind, yeah.
How do you doesn't, when you take Adderall, make your masturbation sessions way longer? I know. I take an Adderall, I do not for like literally an hour.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hour. I started putting a pizza in the oven so that like I would stop.
Hashtag blossoming.